inspired imaging. We'll have that as a digital follow-up for all of you, like a little encore that you can send to family that aren't able to join us. We'll send that out to parents for you folks later this week, so just be checking your inbox for that. A day like today, that doesn't happen without a ton of support. We've got wonderful staff here, David Warren, Michael Bell, our stage crew, Lauren Gary, and so many other folks that are behind the scenes. And so if you wouldn't mind joining me in a round of applause for what it's been. It's been a long weekend for everybody involved. We did have things at Sunday and Square on Friday, a whole day yesterday, and a whole day today. We still have some tickets available for our 6 and 7:45 performances. Those are going to be with the choir and with the ballet and with the dance school out for the neighborhood today to do some nutcrackers. We hope you'll be able to join us. We have 3 other organizations that mean a lot to us that make today possible as well. We have the ushers that are helping you find your seats. That is the Symphony League of Fort Worth. And we also have some ladies helping us from the Junior League of Fort Worth that are here helping behind stage with the students. And of course, all of our hospitality for the kids, for the parties and everything they do, that's been brought to you by the Parents Guild. So if you wouldn't mind joining me as well, thanks today. Speaking of Parents Guild, we have an executive board for Parents Guild that does a lot to help organize everything that they do on an annual basis. I've got a couple announcements from Sarah Banks, the president of Parents Guild, to pass on to all of you. So please, Sarah.
Howdy and welcome. Just a quick thank you for supporting Parents Guild. FWYO is what we do, and like you mentioned, we are the ones who provide snack socials, we do conductor gifts, end-of-year parties, senior scholarships, senior parties. We can't do that without parent support. With that said, we have 3 board members that have seniors graduating, so that just leaves me. But we need a functioning board to continue Parents Guild, so if you are interested, please reach out. Thanks for the support, and if you ever pick up your flowers, we have them in the lobby. Enjoy the show.
Thank you, Sarah. And of course, a big thank you as well to all of our donors. This is a nonprofit organization. We always appreciate donations to help. Only tuition and ticket sales only help make up about half of what we pay to make sure this organization all works on a week-to-week basis. And so we really appreciate your support. And so if you're a donor, we just want to say a personal thank you to you and to our board members. We have several of them that are here tonight, and I really appreciate all of their support to make everything happen here as well. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start moving into some music. Today we have obviously our Philharmonic conducted by Brian Covey. Brian is the director of orchestras of Wyoming ISD and has a long history of conducting amazing programs across the state. And we've been happy to have him on as in charge of our Phil Orchestra here for a number of years now. They're going to be performing 4 pieces today. They've got March Slum, Green Sleeves, Christmas Karaoke, and the Sleigh Ride. A wonderful program I hope you all enjoy. So please welcome to the stage our Philharmonic Orchestra conductor Brian Covey and our concertmaster for this group, Olivia Tabor.
doing it. donations are up there? Really? Really? students. They worked really hard for this performance, as they do on all of our performances. We could be prouder of them for all of the work that they put into this, and the chair test, and the solo work, and everything else. It's just been a fantastic journey for us. Because it's a time of thanking, Thanksgiving, and thanking, being grateful for all the things that we have in our lives, I would like to. I've been part of several organizations like this, like youth orchestras, and by far, I can easily say that Fort Worth Youth Orchestra is by far the best. All right, this is a fantastic. The board of directors, the staff, the parents guild, everybody, the donations and everything. We just can't thank you enough for supporting these children. Thank you, parents, for supporting your children and getting into playing a musical instrument, the private lessons, and everything else, quality instruments, and reminding them to practice on that. They have to practice on the days that they eat, and everything else like that. But thank you for everything that you do for us. Thank you for everything that you do for your students, and we hope you enjoy the last piece, Sleigh Ride.
Oh, jeez.